because that takes me into goal number 10. I want to actively seek romantic love. This doesn't mean that I'm going to fall for the next guy that comes along. It doesn't mean that I will find uh, a romantic partner that I completely click with or that I'm going to marry during 2017. Doesn't mean I'm going to find that person. But I need to put myself out there. Maybe going to mixers, maybe going uh, to some. I don't want to say going to bars because that's really cliche, but basically putting myself out there. 2016 was not a time to do it because it was about being an introvert. That, in 2016, that year was about being an introvert, seeking the wisdom of my spiritual path, and also I'm in Korea, so yeah, I didn't want to, get involved in a romantic relationship here where I couldn't continue it, and I didn't want to rush into something that then I get married and bring somebody over to the States, and then it ends up not working out. I didn't want to do that. I've seen too many relationships out there that it just doesn't work out that way. And I didn't want to put myself in that situation, so I purposely cut myself off from really starting any romantic relationship while I've been here. Doesn't mean I haven't talked to people, just haven't really actively pursued a romantic relationship. But I want to do that in 2017. I at least want to put myself out there and actively seek out the person that I am to be with. So, yeah, that is goal number 10. Goal number 11 is I want to secure more than a certain amount in my savings account. This is a goal that I'm not going to share the number with you guys, but basically it's a little bit more than half a year's wage uh, that I want to put into savings. And some of that's going to be from the business, and some of that's going to be from my personal financial managing from the Air Force. But I want to get to that number or get over that number ideally. And that's because whenever I get to March of 2018, I have a huge decision to make. And that's whether or not to stay in the military. With the new administration, I will know within probably 1 year whether or not we're going to be in another war, whether or not my rights are drastically in danger or infringed upon with being in the military, uh, whether or not there's more sanctions put on me being able to be who I am in the military. So within 1 year, I will probably have a good idea of what the new administration will bring and whether or not I can actually live up to my oath that I take whenever I reenlist, and whether or not I can continue with that oath throughout the rest of my potential career. So I want to be able to secure that amount of money because, like I said, it's a little bit more than 6 months worth of wages. Because whenever that time comes in 2018, if I decide to get out of the military, I have that cushion, I have that savings to be able to count upon. So that's definitely something that I really need to do. I really need to kind of cut out the debt in my life and set up a good savings program for myself to be able to have that financial security for the future. So, like I said, I'm not going to share the number. It's really not that hard for you guys to figure out how much I make. If you know my rank and pay grade and how many years I've been in, stuff like that, you'll have the roundabout number. But yeah, I'm not going to put that number out there. It's just really not something that needs to be said. But I have that number in my mind. I know how much I want to be able to save by the end of 2017. It's a big financial goal for me that is attainable, but it's something that I will really have to work at. So, big goal. And even if I reach even half of that number, it's still a huge accomplishment. So, anyway, goal number 12 is I want to start crafting incense blends and eventually sell them on Christo-Paganism.com. Now, I will say this, that the herbs that I have right now are sitting in a storage unit, not getting any fresher. So whenever I get back to the States, I'm probably going to make up a whole bunch of incense blends, send them out to people, see what they think, and if they like them, then I will know that they're going to be 10 times better whenever I have fresh herbs to work with, or recently dried herbs to work with. So eventually, whenever I have the quality herbs to work with, not ones that have been sitting around for a long time, I will start selling those on Christo-Paganism.com. But in the meantime, I want to make them up and send them out to people, see what people think, and kind of get into my herbology, my herbalism. Start getting into that stuff, getting into the incense blends, making different things, being more creative, and selling that stuff on Christo-Paganism.com. So it will go back into the website, it will go back into helping the community, and eventually, as I've stated in the past, what I would like to do with the website is kind of set up a little bit of a trust that, or I guess, charitable organization. I don't know exactly how to word it, but kind of a fund where if somebody falls on hard times, that, we can send you a little bit of money from the community to a specific individual, or if somebody has an organization or a charity that we as a community want to send money towards, that we can send money to that, a separate pot of money that can go towards reflecting nicely on the community, but also helping others in the community. So that's what I would eventually like to do with the website, but nowhere even close to doing that right now at this point in time, but eventually. Goal number 13 is I want to write at least one book. Now, I started one, but I have not finished it. Seems to be an ongoing issue with me is starting things and not finishing them. But I want to write the 40-day empowerment journey, the book that goes with the video series, that even expands even more than the video series itself. And again, it will go to support Christo-Paganism.com. I'm probably looking into self-publishing it through Amazon, and again, all the money goes towards Christo-Paganism.com, helping the community, helping the members, keeping the website up and running, and I need to lubricate, I guess it would be the proper phrase. I love sitting here, talking, having coffee, all that stuff. Anyway. So, goal number 13 is writing at least one book. I have several others that are in the back of my mind that keep on coming up, that keep on rolling around in my mind, that just aren't ready to come to fruition yet, but they will eventually. But I think at least one book, getting one book out there would, I know for one, satisfy a goal, a lifelong goal of having my words in print out there. but also having met the goal of helping others. So goal number 13 is a huge goal for me, totally doable, and actually already a little bit started, just need to, finish. Anyway, goal number 14, I want to create my own tarot or oracle deck. And this deck isn't exactly going to be the hit of the century. It's not going to be the new Wade Smith. It's not going to be a huge thing for a lot of people. But I think, at least for myself, I want to create a tarot deck that is, for one, specific for me. One of the ones that I want to do is maybe not so much a tarot deck, but an oracle deck of my ancestors or my ancestral pantheon. I have a website in mind that I've already kind of started putting things together. I want to, at very least, have a deck of cards that reflect my ancestors and reflect our family story. And like I said, this isn't going to be something that is going to be mass produced out there for everybody type of thing. But at very least, for me, it would be something that I would have the pictures of my ancestors on cards that I can use either in an oracle fashion, or that I can use on my my altar, my ancestor altar, my altar to the dead, something like that. That I can use those cards as focal points of who I'm trying to reach, or who are watching over me, who have preceded me, and what I can learn from them. So, for me, not exactly a goal of making money or furthering the community, but a personal goal for me to, at very least, make a deck of cards that have something to do with my ancestors. And there is a tarot aspect that I also am trying to accomplish, but I haven't figured everything out quite yet. And there's a lot more research that I am going to do and have been doing of a tarot concept that I've been rolling around in my mind for quite some time, at least throughout the last 6 to 8 months. So there is one that, as far as a tarot deck, that I may sell on the website or whatnot. So anyway, we'll see if that tarot deck comes to fruition, but definitely the oracle or the ancestor deck that I want will be made by the end of 2017, and have a permanent place in my practice, or at least in my or on my ancestor altar, representing my ancestors, representing my family connection. Goal number 15. Wow, this video is going to be long. Goal number 15 is I want to strengthen my intuitive abilities. And this is something that I've wanted to do, and there's not exactly a way to gauge it. I guess maybe doing some readings or doing something of that sort could be a way to benchmark whether or not I've reached my goal. But it's something that I just want to continue building upon, because I've already started to strengthen my intuitive abilities, passing on messages here and there. I talked before briefly about one of the things that came through from my friend Chrissy, who I've spoken about before, a friend of mine who died. I passed on a message from her to to her mother, who I also call Mama. But I passed on a message from her to her mother, saying, something about a box, with flowers on it, and letters wrapped in ribbons or something like that. She says, oh, that's her keepsake box that she's had for years, and me personally have never seen it. So that was a big validation point for me, but I want to branch out. I want to maybe do a couple readings here and there for people, um, more or less cold readings for people saying, hey, I'm getting something, this is what I'm getting, and, doing stuff like that. Not necessarily being like the Long Island medium where I'm going around giving messages to people, uh, you know, just anywhere I go, but, having that ability to, whenever I need to, give messages, to be able to and open to giving messages to people. I want to get to that point. And again, totally doable within the 1 year of 2017. It's going to be a lot of meditative processes. It's going to be a lot of connecting, because I do use tarot with a lot of my workings. At least recently, I've been using tarot a lot more. Um, there's going to be a lot more working with my mala beads. I have a set that I've made that I'm actually probably going to remake, and I might do a video on it too, of a set that I made for just working with spirits. So I might do a video on that whenever I go to remake that set. But working a lot more with those, working a lot more in general with um, the ones that have crossed the veil. Working with those intuitive abilities to be able to help others uh, is a goal that I eventually want to reach, and I think it's totally doable to have an impact, or to reach a good stepping stone, I guess you would say, or to make considerable progress. That's probably the best way to say it. To make considerable progress in 2017. I think it's totally doable. So, goal number 15, totally doable. Definitely want to work on it. Number 16, I kind of put this on as a possibility. Not really sure if other people are going to be into it, but I want to start doing Google Hangouts. At least whenever I get back stateside. You notice a lot of goals are going to be done while I'm stateside. There's going to be a lot of things happening in 2017 once I get back in the States. Like I said, starting up the business again, going out, meeting new people, going to the beach. There's going to be a lot of things happening all at once. Church and reaching out to others in the community, stuff like that. A lot of things are going to happen in 2017 in the States. But this can actually happen before I get out of Korea, so I might actually start it before leaving here. And there are a few people that I have in mind that I know I've discussed it with one person. I'm pretty sure I discussed it with one person. If I haven't, then I've had the discussion in my mind, or had the talk with them in my mind and just actually never verbally said anything to them. I think I've told one person I have at least 2 or 3 people in mind to do Google Hangouts with that I would very much love to do a Google Hangout with. So definitely something that I want to do with fellow Christo-Pagans out there. Again, it might be a one and done type of thing. It might be something that happens once every other month. It might be a monthly thing. It might be a weekly thing. Who knows? I haven't figured all that out, but I kind of put that in there as a possible goal. So if this one doesn't happen, okay. If it does happen, fantastic, great, love it. So goal number 16, Google Hangouts with fellow Christo-Pagans, totally doable. And it doesn't have to be Christo-Pagans. It could be pagans or Christians or just people of a spiritual background to share ideas, to, you know, give support, or just be in communion with one another. Goal number 17, and I'm going to try to wrap this up because the timer is saying that it's like an hour long. For real, Rich, come on now. Anyway, goal number 17, I want to complete my Community College of the Air Force requirements. I have 2 classes that I've needed to do for a long time. 2 classes, speech and math. I want to complete those requirements, and basically what I'll get from that is an associate's degree in applied science of metals technology, of welding and machining. You know, for everything else on the outside, they really don't care about this. The Air Force, however, does care. It would also give me 2 extra classes that I'm going to need anyway if I want to achieve getting an associate's in anything else, or go on to get my bachelor's, or eventually master's and doctorate. I've always wanted to be called doctor. And it will happen. Probably not in 2017, but eventually I want to be called doctor. So, yes. I want to complete my requirements for the Community College of the Air Force Associate's degree. And like I said, 2 classes, a math and a speech. I could CLEP them. The math, I might actually have to take the class. The speech, I can probably CLEP, even though it's public speaking. And as verbal as I am on YouTube, I am really, really nervous whenever it comes to public speaking. Definitely going to have the St. Anthony of Padua relic with me at that time. So, and I'm going to have to do a video on relics and how I use them and everything, because, yeah, that's a whole nother video that I really have to do. Anyway, moving on. Last goal for 2017, and this will happen. Probably not until I get to the States, or shortly after I get to the States, but it will happen in 2017 because I will do it. I want to sell my house, and I put down the number here, and I'm not going to share the number because, well, that's personal. Actually, I'm going to put down more than, or equal or more than this amount. But I want to sell my house. Right now, I am losing money on the house. Even though it's being rented, I wasn't able to rent it for the amount that I actually pay the mortgage for. And until I sell that house, I can't buy another one. So I'm kind of being forced, and let me take that back. There are special circumstances where I could, through the Veterans Affairs, have 2 mortgages through them. There are special circumstances, but I don't know if I want to buy a house while I still have another house. And not only that, once that house sells, a lot of that money that I make from the profit of that sale, or from the investment that I've put into that house, is going to go towards making my goal of the certain amount that I want to make and have in savings. So, you see, again, totally doable, and more so. On another note, with 2017, and I'm getting a little chilly here because I have the window slightly cracked, but more so whenever I talk about 2017, like I said, I'm going to be hitting the ground running. I'm going to be doing a lot in 2017. I did buy a new planner for 2017. I am going to start filling it out. Hopefully I can keep to this planner better than I did with the last planner. I'm not going to start up all the series immediately. I want to gradually go back into them. Like I said, the Futhar Friday series, I already have a couple of those planned out, ready to go. All I have to do is the video and edit and upload everything. So everything's already in motion for those. I just have to continue them. For the Christo-Pagan series, again, I have all the topics, probably for the better part of a year's worth of topics, ready for those. All I have to do is sit down, write it out, script it out, shoot the video, edit, upload, all that stuff. Anybody that does videos or does a blog or does anything creative like that, they know how energy draining that can be. I'm not saying that I'm going to totally meet all of the goals of having all the series happen all at once, but I'm going to work towards it. I'm going to definitely make that goal of 104 videos, even if it is doing the random video here and there for this series or that series. Yeah, I am going to make that goal a reality. And with that being said, I am going to do more of my spell work and do more of my workings. Again, taking quite the hiatus, and I'm going to probably go into more detail on that in another video, and I think we have a video that will kind of go along the same lines for the pagan perspective, but not necessarily the same subject, and I'm not giving away what it is, so no spoilers. Anyway, so what are your goals for 2017? And are they realistic goals? Will you definitely meet them? Are you specific with your goals? And if you put into the comments below, you will be entered into a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway for tarot readings. I'm going to do 2 giveaways, actually. One, since I am going to split this up into 2 different videos, one is going to be for the one video, giving goals on the first video, and the other one is going to be for this video. So, here's the rules. Okay, so my battery died right before I could actually put in all of the requirements for the giveaway. Okay, in order to be entered into this giveaway for the tarot reading giveaway, and this is going to be for a video reading that I will upload onto YouTube, but will not make public without your consent. So I will share it privately with you, and you can ask questions, we can go back and forth and discuss things. That's how I'm going to do readings from now on whenever I do any reading giveaways, because it was just so much easier the last time I gave a reading and used the power of video to actually do that reading. So if you want to have a video reading, what you need to do is, for one, you need to already have been subscribed to me. If you are not subscribed, I do this on all of my giveaways, so make sure that you subscribe by, I think it's clicking right here, or the button that's like right here, in the bottom bar anyway. So, for one, you need to be subscribed to me. So any giveaway that I do, you already should know. That's a must. Number 2, on either this video or the previous video, because I am going to put this into 2 different videos, you need to give me at least one goal that is attainable for you during 2017. Now, if you're going to put on both videos, make it a different goal. So yeah, don't say like, oh, I'm gonna quit smoking on one video and then on the other one put I'm gonna quit smoking. No. Make it 2 different goals, and yeah, then you'll be entered into you'll double your chances. I will pull 2 names out of the cauldron that I have, the little tiny cauldron that I usually use. I will pull 2 names out. I don't want it to be the same person that wins for both giveaways, because yes, there are 2 giveaways, but I will pull from the same hat or the same cauldron. So you at very least double your chances. But just know that once you have one reading, that you only get 1 reading. And after that, then you contact me with your question, blah, blah, blah. I do a video of your tarot reading. And yeah, it may be the Celtic Cross, it may be some other spread, depending on what the question is, and kind of the mood that I'm feeling. I might even do a year spread. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. We'll see. But in order to be entered, comment below on this video and the previous video of what your goals are for 2017. Include in there maybe how you wish to achieve them. Like I said, 2 different goals. If you have 2 goals, put one on one channel, one on the other channel, and then you double your chances. So that's how this is going to work. 2 giveaways, because even though I didn't make my goal of doing a giveaway each month of last year, I still want to keep to that promise that I made, that I will have at least 12 giveaways for last year. I am several giveaways behind, so I'm going to make up for it with 2 at once. So it's also a nice way to start the new year. So anyway, with all that being said, I know that if you've made it this far, that you probably already are, but go ahead and subscribe below if you are not subscribed. Visit Christo-Paganism.com if you have not visited that before. Like I said, that's one of my goals, is to start posting more on there, getting more community involvement with the website, all that stuff, getting more products listed on there to sell. That will also go towards paying for the website, paying for the domain name, all that stuff, all the little stuff here and there that I pay for with that, all that stuff. Go visit that. And if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm not going to put all the little push button things on the screen like I usually do, because apparently they don't show up on mobile, and that's just meh. But if you go into the comments below, there are links to all of that stuff, so you can email me, you can go to my Twitter feed, you can go to Christo-Paganism.com, you can subscribe to me with the little button down there and all that stuff. So if any of that intrigues you and you have not done any of that before, go and do all that. Oh, I'm getting hellacious glares on my glasses from the lighting, but hey, that's the price you pay for wearing glasses. Anyway, with all that being said, I want to close up this video because I have a couple other videos that I really, really am far behind on. In particular, 2 of you out there, one of which I have already mentioned this too, and another of which I think I've mentioned it too, but anyway, I have that video to make. Uh, I have the comments video to make, all the comments that you guys have left me. I have things I need to respond to, stuff like that. So yeah, I have a lot of videos to make, and yeah, today's gonna be the day to do it. Plus, pagan perspective videos, I gotta make those. So, yay. It's gonna be a fun day. Anyway, until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.